최근 글로벌 증시를 이끌어온 이른바 매그니피센트 세븐의 독주 구도에 균열이 생기고 있다는 분석이 나오고 있습니다. 파이낸셜 타임즈는 AI 사이클이 새로운 국면에 접어들면서 더 이상 기술주 전반이 함께 보상받는 단계는 지났다고 짚었는데요. 과거에는 AI라는 키워드 하나만으로도 거의 모든 빅테크가 수혜를 입었지만 이제 시장은 누가 진짜 승자인지 누가 뒤처질지를 훨씬 더 까다롭게 가려내기 시작했다는 겁니다. 실제로 최근 아마존과 마이크로소프트는 AI 투자 확대를 발표한 뒤 오히려 주가가 압박을 받았고 반면 실적 개선을 동시에 보여준 메타는 상대적으로 긍정적인 평가를 받았습니다. AI에 돈을 쓰는 것만으로는 더 이상 충분하지 않고 그 투자가 언제 어떻게 수익으로 돌아오느냐가 핵심 질문이 된 상황인데요. 이 질문에 대해 장기적인 시각에서 시장을 바라보는 인물이 있습니다. 야데니 리서치의 에드 야데니의 발언 직접 들어보시죠.
So do you have an opinion on who emerges triumphant, or is the point that we have to wait and see?
No, I think that's what's so exciting about it. You know, it's like for one day it seems like one of the hyperscalers has an advantage, or one of the LLM model makers, and now OpenAI comes back with, well, we'll call your shot here and do better than you. So there's a lot of that going on.
Here's what makes me the most optimistic about the markets. And I'd love to get your take on whether this is the right view or the wrong view. Amazon, to your point, down 8% today. Amazon has actually not made investors money in just over about a year and a half. The stock's kind of the same price it was in the fall of 2024. Right. NVIDIA hasn't made people a lot of money. I'm talking about investors, not day traders, in about 9 months. Mm-hmm. But the markets have done well, even with some of those stocks not participating.
Very impressive, right? Because for the past few years, there's been this concern that the concentration of the market in just a handful of stocks made it very vulnerable to a bear market. It's like, lo and behold, if something terrible happens. I mean, we had DeepSeek as a stress test. This is sort of a DeepSeek moment where people are once again assessing, is all this capital spending actually going to be profitable? I think it's going to be profitable. I mean, these are smart companies run by very smart people, and they're looking at their dashboards, say, oh, my God, we're running out of capacity. You know, we could be making a ton more money if we just build that capacity. And everybody looks at all that spending relative to today's cash flow, but there's going to be a lot more cash flow down the road.
Are you long-term? So a lot of people who've been in these names are worried when they hear something like the Mag 7 and think this is a fight to the death. And if we don't know who's going to win, maybe I should move to the sidelines. What is the time? If you're hanging on for the long run, it sounds like you're saying it's not a problem. This is just kind of a near-term.
Yeah, this is just a near-term issue. I think, look, the Magnificent Seven can't be magnificent without selling all of their technologies to the impressive 493 in the S&P 500. I was just asked recently about the Dow, kind of an old-fashioned kind of index, and it's doing extraordinarily well. To me, that's kind of confirmation that all of this is going to be is already and will continue to be very positive for the economy. If it's good for the economy, it's going to be good for all these companies. All that's really happened is we're seeing more competition in the technology space. And technology, I mean, they literally eat their young. As soon as they create one product, they're already working on destroying it by coming up with another product. That's just the nature of the business. And by doing that, they keep their margins up. So I'm not too worried about technology, but I did think that it got a little overdone there. And so I did call for a bit of a relative correction and a broadening in the market.